Big Ramy is a living legend in bodybuilding, known worldwide for his impressive physical size and commanding presence on stage. But behind the giant is a story full of challenges, sacrifices, and silent battles that few know about. Who is the man behind the muscles? What are the real costs of maintaining such an extraordinary body? Get ready to dive into Big Ramy's hidden journey, where glory mixes with pain and mystery. Are you ready to discover what few dare to tell? Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of this shocking story. Big Ramy's journey began with extreme dedication and an impressive physical transformation. He went from an ordinary young man in Egypt to one of the greatest bodybuilders in the world, facing cultural and physical barriers. The path was not easy. Long hours in the gym, strict dietary restrictions, and the constant fight to surpass his own limits. Still, passion and the will to win were always greater. How did someone so simple get this far? This journey of overcoming inspires millions but also raises questions about the price he paid to reach this level. What is the true cost of this achievement? In the early years of professional bodybuilding, Big Ramy attracted attention for his size and brute strength but still needed to improve his definition and conditioning. The pressure to evolve and stand out was immense, and he immersed himself in increasingly intense training and restrictive diets. But while his muscles grew, signs of wear began to appear. Small injuries and chronic pains that he tried to ignore. The mind focused on victory often silenced the body's warnings. How far can determination take someone before the body says enough? This dilemma between mental strength and physical limits is a fine line that Big Ramy walks every day. Discipline is the pillar of any bodybuilder's routine, but for Big Ramy, that discipline goes beyond training. His nutrition is meticulously planned, every meal calculated to maximize gains and keep the body at its peak. This diet, however, is a double-edged sword. Besides maintaining shape, it imposes severe restrictions that affect his well-being and social life. Manipulating water and salt intake to achieve the perfect competition physique can bring serious risks, including dehydration and kidney problems. The balance between the pursuit of aesthetic perfection and health is delicate and painful. Is the sacrifice worth it? Many wonder if they could endure such an exhausting routine. Furthermore, the use of steroids, though controversial, is part of Big Ramy's journey. These compounds help with muscle gain and recovery but bring severe consequences such as heart problems, hormonal changes, and liver and kidney damage. The colossal body we see on stage is the result of much effort but also a hidden cost that can compromise the athlete's quality and longevity of life. How does he cope with these side effects? This silent struggle between the desire to win and health risks is one of the hardest battles Big Ramy faces. Fame comes with enormous pressure, and Big Ramy knows well the weight of being a public figure. The media, fans, and social networks are always watching, analyzing every change in his physique, every competition result. This constant scrutiny creates anxiety that few can bear. How does he keep his mind strong in the face of such criticism and high expectations? Mental health in bodybuilding is a little explored topic, but essential to understanding the complexity of careers like Big Ramy's. A bodybuilder's body is a machine that constantly suffers wear and tear, and injuries are a constant enemy. Big Ramy faces muscular and joint problems that require daily care and adaptations. Hernias, strains, and chronic pain are part of the routine, and he needs to manage these problems to stay competitive, canceling events and modifying workouts to avoid worsening injuries is a reality few see. How long will Big Ramy's body endure this exhausting pace? The battle to stay at the top is arduous and full of physical sacrifices. Behind the athlete is a man who also faces personal and family challenges. Big Ramy had to give up precious moments with his family to dedicate himself to his career, causing distances and tensions. The relentless pursuit of excellence affected his relationships, showing that the price of success is not only physical but emotional as well. How does he balance this? Is it possible to reconcile such a demanding professional life with personal life? This human side reveals that even the greatest face complex dilemmas. Big Ramy's legacy in bodybuilding is immense. He changed standards, broke barriers, and inspired millions around the world. However, his story is also a warning about the limits of the human body and mind. Courage and discipline are admirable, but the price paid raises important questions. What is the greatest lesson we can take from this journey? How far is it worth going for your dreams? The answer might surprise you. The future of Big Ramy remains uncertain for many fans. Injuries, wear, and pressure indicate he may be approaching the end of his era, but his willpower and competitive spirit remain alive. He might be planning a reinvention or even a transition to new paths. Will Ramy continue dominating the stages or pass the baton to the next generation? This decision impacts the entire bodybuilding world and will be closely followed. Do you think he still has the strength to continue, or will this be the closing of a cycle? Share your opinion, like and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapters of this epic saga. Big Ramy is not just a successful athlete, he is an inspiration to millions who follow his journey. But what many don't know is how much the champion's mind is tested daily. The internal pressure to surpass himself, the constant fear of failure, and the responsibility of being a global icon create intense psychological stress. Additionally, dealing with public criticism and constant judgment on social media can undermine even the strongest confidence. This mental battle is invisible to the public but decisive for the athlete's performance and health. How does Ramy find motivation to continue even on the toughest days? What strategies does he use to maintain focus and resilience? This psychological strength, often underestimated, is what differentiates a true champion. Have you ever faced internal challenges that seemed greater than any external obstacle? Share your experience. Like the video, and subscribe to the channel to discover more secrets of the world's greatest bodybuilders' minds. Big Ramy faces a routine that goes far beyond what the public sees at competitions. Between heavy training and strict diets, he deals with moments of deep doubts and decisions that can change his career forever. The pressure to maintain physical standards forces him to try extreme recovery methods and little-known treatments, many of them risky. What has he done behind the scenes to keep his competitive edge? What secrets and strategies does he keep under lock and key? Furthermore, the influence of his team and sponsors can be decisive for his choices, creating a game of power and interests that few know about. Did you know that behind the spotlight there's a true backstage battle? Share your opinion, like the video, and don't miss the next chapters to discover this hidden reality. Another little explored side of Big Ramy's career is the impact his journey causes on young athletes and fans worldwide. Many see him as an example of overcoming and strength, but this admiration can bring unexpected pressure on Ramy himself. He becomes a mirror where many reflect their dreams and expectations, increasing the responsibility on his shoulders. How does he deal with this influence and the weight of being such a powerful role model? Is there a risk of carrying an emotional burden that can affect his performance and mental health? This relationship between idol and fans reveals a surprising emotional complexity, showing that success can also be a prison. Have you ever felt this pressure in your life? Comment, like, and subscribe to keep following this saga full of challenges. Even with all the fame and achievements, Big Ramy faces a constant dilemma few know: the search for balance between personal and professional life. The intense commitment to training, diets, and competitions often distances him from the people he loves, creating an emotional void difficult to fill. This internal conflict raises deep questions about the true meaning of success. Is it worth sacrificing precious moments for titles and recognition? Often, fans only see the perfect body on stage but do not understand the sacrifices and loneliness behind it. How does Ramy deal with these emotions? Does he find strength in his faith, family, or some other source of motivation? This human side? It is essential to understand the man behind the myth and creates a real connection with those who follow his story. Have you ever had to choose between your dream and personal life? Share in the comments, like, and subscribe to continue this journey of discoveries,